Well. Good morning. And thank you
Good
for tuning in.
morning.
Good
Good
morning.
morning. Hey. Y'all, we have a dope show that is going to be going on today. And I'm so happy to be here with these young people, with these great writers. And man, just to get into this conversation, period, is going to be awesome. So, again, thank you for tuning in to the Hood Talks podcast. And I am going to start by giving you all a moment to kind of talk about who you are, the work that you have out there, or if you have work coming, and all of that info. So we can start however or whoever. I always do that, and people be like, but you can, whoever wants to go first and just give us a brief bio, and please introduce the little ones too. So go ahead, whoever want to start, jump in.
Hi, everybody. My name is Jessica K. Carter. I am a self-published author and a founder of a publishing company, actually, Carter Creations Publishing House. I'm an overall mompreneur who also specializes in childcare development as well as urban farming. So I'm very, very happy to be here with everyone today. It's really exciting to see all the littles on camera too. And yeah, thank you for inviting me, Vanna.
No problem. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate it. Again, I think she is a gem in the community. So I'm so glad to have this knowledge here on the Hood Talks podcast. So thank you. If we ever want to go next, go ahead, y'all.
Hi, my name is Tiffany, affectionately known as Peaches to some, but I am a public health nurse slash author slash becoming a publisher, and I'm a mom boss, hashtag mom boss, momager. I'm co-author of the best-selling book, hashtag mom boss, which basically outlines the stories of mothers whose children own businesses and the struggles that we had to go through as far as like helping them with our business, but still live real life. And I'm gonna let my little entrepreneurs introduce themselves, starting with Takaya.
Hi, my name
Look
is
at the camera, girl.
Hi, my name is Takaya. I'm the author of Ruby the Reader.
Hi, my name is Joshua. And I'm the owner of Jay-Z Sweets.
Well, thank you guys for being here. Yes. I can't wait to ask those little young ones some questions. But go ahead, Sharon, jump on in.
Yes, so I am Sharon Prather, and this is my son, Dewan Strickland, and he is self-publishing his first comic book. So
Amazing.
My name is Dewan Strickland, and I'm the author of Tech Boy, the comic book, which stars a black protagonist who goes on a journey defeating a villain
using tech. So yes.
All right, look at y'all. You're coming up with some creative stuff. Comic book, yes. I love it. And we also have Kia. Are you there, Kia? Uh-oh. We can't hear you if you are, but we'll give you a moment to figure it all out. Hey, I see you. We see you. Even though your video is kind of turned upside down, but we see you there. I don't know if you on your laptop or your phone, if you can switch it around or maybe turn it around. But
It's muted too.
yeah, you muted, so we can't hear you.
It's all bad. It's
good now, sis.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's
Yep.
my work computer. Like, I can't get into the other work computer. I can only get into the laptop. And this is how the video shows up on the laptop at all times. Even when I'm at work.
Well, that's okay, girl. We gonna roll with it. It is what it is. You heard. So we gonna roll with the punches, baby. That's how we do it here. So go ahead and just introduce yourself and tell people about your books that you have. Go ahead.
I'm Kia. I'm a poet. I have 2 books, Complicated Melody Poems in the Key of F U and F you mean. They were my therapy. And that's pretty much all I got. It's early in the morning over here. So yeah.
I'm so sorry. I didn't, you know what? I totally forgot that you were not in the St. Louis area.
Oh, no worries.
So
I gotta get up and make some candles anyway. So we good. We good.
we good. We got roll with the punches. Okay. So again, thank you guys for being here and of course committing your time to be here and have this conversation with me on this Saturday. This is a Saturday morning. So again, I appreciate you guys. So we're gonna kind of just go ahead and jump right in if y'all okay with that. And I just want to first kind of give you guys I first want to give you guys the opportunity to talk about your journey into becoming published authors or the journey that you're currently on to be published and give us a little background history if that's okay. Again, whoever wants to go ahead and jump in, I mean, it's all up to y'all how y'all want to flow. If you want, you know, to keep an order or okay, I just want to go ahead and just jump in.
Well, my first two self-published books center around Black and Brown children, actually. It's a group called Tribe X Presents. And I actually started that series when I was pregnant with my daughter. I knew I wanted her to have something a little different to look forward to, a genre that I thought was a little bit untapped when it came to Black and Brown kids, majestical, magic type thoughts and things of that nature. So I had 5 friends who have different magical powers and hair curly like mine, skin as dark as mine, or as light with freckles. I wanted to make sure I was able to encompass every child I've had the pleasure of knowing in my time in early childhood education and put them in a book and let them see themselves every day. So that's where my thought of Tribe X actually came from. And my first book, Tribe X Presents ABC Affirmations About Me, actually teaches different characteristics and affirmations for children from A to Z. And the second book, Tribe X Presents Growing Pains, was an opportunity to play off folklore we've heard probably growing up, but actually turning it into something that Black and Brown children could relate to with the magical beings and gardening and things of that nature. So for me, getting into self-publishing was all about putting the type of books out that I wish I could find for my daughter and extending that into something that I thought more kids like her would love.
Oh, right. Yes, we do definitely know that representation matters and we need more of it when we're talking about books and TV and all of that. So yes, thank you. And whoever else want to talk about their journey? I know kind of Sharon, that's kind of where DJ and his came in play, right? With the representation in the comic world. You guys want to elaborate on that for us?
I could say I was inspired to create Tech Boy after watching Black Panther, and yes, I saw that there wasn't many Black protagonists, so I decided to I could do something about it. So I decided to create a superhero who starring a Black protagonist, and that's kind of where it started. I also had a love for technology, so I just combined that and create Tech Boy.
Oh, well, look at you. See that's why it matters. He saw something that looks like he wanted it to look, and he's like, I need to create more. So look at that. Thank you, DJ, for putting the effort into making this comic book. And it's gonna be some little Black boy that's gonna see your comic book. He's gonna think the exact same thing. So I appreciate that. And how has it been going, Sharon, for you trying to publish with his comic book?
It's been exciting and I would say scary at the same time. I have Miss Tanika here, who's like my mentor. She's like guiding me. Miss Ariel Biggs through Mom Boss, and she's been guiding me too. We have some really good people that are really mentoring me through the process because I didn't know, he had this idea and I just didn't know what to do. I'm like, okay, he wants to write a book. Okay, now what? And thankfully, my soror here, Tanika, really has been like holding my hand through the whole process, and she is awesome because I know I've been bothering her with a lot of questions. I'm like, okay, I don't get it. What do I do? I'm texting her all times of the night. I'm like, she's so patient with us. So yeah, definitely love her. We give her all the flowers.
Yes, and when I first met her,
had no thug tears on this side.
We saw them, girl. We saw them.
Yes,
thugs cry too,
she deserves it all. She's been great. And my son asking Josh and Takai questions too, because they started their own business, and
yes.
DJ's been there since the beginning of their business. He's been watching them, watching their journey, and he just got inspired by that.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, when I heard Tanika talk about her children and what they were doing, I was like, "Go, girl!"
Awesome,
like,
awesome.
I can't wait till the man or Delilah come and be like, "Mom, I want to do this." I'm like, Tanika.
Exactly. What do I do?
Right now, go ahead, Tanika. Elaborate on your journey with both of your children.
Yes.
One has the desserts, right? So his is more like the business, and the young girl here. Remind me of her name. I don't want to call her Takaya. Sorry, boo. Look, let me check myself.
Like
Takaya.
As far as writing journey goes, like what makes this so dope is that all of the authors here, all of our genres, even though we all so different, we related. Because like my writing journey started when I was in 4th, 5th grade. I was like so fascinated by the X-Men. That was like the only Marvel thing I knew about. And my daddy is like this big Marvel genius. But the only thing I really knew about was the X-Men. Storm was like who I looked up to. So I was like, okay, what if we could I could make a comic book that focused on mainly like Black women superheroes. So when I was in 4th grade, I used to make these little comics. Don't laugh at me, y'all. It was called the T Women. Since Xavier had his X-Men, I was like, okay, I can have some Black women. My name's Tanika, and the T Women. So that's how my writing journey started. I've always had a love for writing, and then through the years, like when I was in middle school, high school, I used to write poems and short stories, and I used to poems and short stories. What else did I used to do? Oh, I used to write my journal a lot, and I still do. And then when I got to college, I kind of still wrote poems, did more spoken word. And that's how I say we all related, because I know Kia is heavily into spoken word. And then kept writing short stories and things like that. And some of my works got featured into our school newspaper in college at UMSL. Shout out to University of Missouri, St. Louis. But life has really like hit me since I graduated, before I graduated, and really after I graduated when I started having kids. And I kind of slacked up on my writing, because I let life get the best of me. I still took little notes of like what was going on here and there, but I let life get the best of me, and I didn't really get to writing like I should have. Like I should have a whole library of stuff right now, but like I said, I let life get the best of me. And then we were going through some issues, and Josh was like, he saw a friend of mine, a friend I graduated high school with, her daughter has a cookie business. Shout out to Mia's Treats. And we were at this organization called Hands Up United. They used to have this event called Books and Breakfast, where every other Saturday or so, or once a month, they would give out books and breakfast to the community, mainly on the north side. It started in Ferguson, but then it later got moved to the north side over there in O'Fallon Park area. And so we would volunteer. We always, me, Sharon, DJ, the kids, we always volunteered at Books and Breakfast. Well, at this particular event, they had a kid entrepreneur event. And that's how we met Ariel Biggs, who is the mother of Mikey Knows Biggs. Her son owns vending machines, and he's a children's book author. Now, when I met them, Mikey was the same. Mikey's the same age as Josh and DJ. He was about 10 years old. And when I met him and he came to me and he was like, I have this book and it's about such and such, such and such. And would you like to purchase? And I'm like, okay, I support the kids, But then I said, oh, okay, so who wrote the book? I'm paying them. I'm like, who wrote the book? He was like, I did. I said, excuse me. He was like, I did. And I'm looking at the book and I'm looking at the name. I said, what's your name? And he was like, that's me. And I'm flipping and I saw his picture in the back. And I said, you wrote this book? Where your mama at? And I said it just like that. And so that's how I met his mom. This was like 2017 or so. And I was just intrigued. Like, it opened up a whole new world to me about kids writing books. Like, I was just intrigued by that, you know. And so I met up with Ariel, and Josh was inspired to open his business, which is Jay-Z Sweets. I'll let him talk about that.
Right.
And next thing you know, we kind of became like a little sisterhood of moms whose children own businesses. And then we all have different experiences. I was going through some legal issues, some court issues. I'm just gonna keep it real. And my kids were having issues as a result of that. And other moms, like one mom had suffered through homelessness, and it was just one mom suffered through domestic violence. It was just a lot. And so Ariel came up with the idea of, why don't we write a book about how we are basically persevering through life challenges and still helping our kids fulfill their dreams of entrepreneurship, regardless of what field of entrepreneurship that they're going through. And that's when hashtag Mom Boss was born.
Okay.
And that debuted in May 2019, and it became a #1 bestseller on Amazon.
Okay.
And so when I co-authored that book along with 10 other moms. And so this is the birth of Reread a Reader.
Okay.
So Kaya saw that I had a book, and she loves to read. I mean, I liked to read when I was a kid, but she on another level. Like, I'm like, girl, you don't like Barbies? Like, she loved it. And there's nothing wrong with that, you know, but I did. And I think it was her way of coping when we were going through what we were going through. Okay. And she was like, I want to write a book. And I'm like, okay. But I didn't, because she was like 6 or 7. So I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, she don't know, she don't know the business. And then she kept on. I want to write a book. I want to write a book. So early last year, right before the panoramic happened, right before the pandemic hit, she was like, no, mama, for real. I got this idea about this girl. She a Black girl. I want her chocolate. I want her dark skin. I want her to kind of look like me. I want her to have this big puffy hair. And she a superhero, and she gets her powers through reading. I said, tell me more. You know what I'm saying? Like, she had it all
planned out. Like, she
had it all planned on it. I let her, she wrote it, and she had her ideals, and I helped polish it, but this is her baby. Reread a Reader is her baby. And that's how Reread a Reader was. Look at
I love Reread a Reader, girl.
Yes,
you gotta say it over here.
Yes.
That's how it was born. So you want to say anything about your book? Huh?
Can we see your shirt?
What is it you like about
She did. She said, here you go. This is it. Go buy it.
What is it you like about Reread a Reader, real quick?
Because it's about a little black girl who loves to read.
Okay.
What she said? Did y'all hear that clearly? I'm sorry.
Speak up to guys.
Because it's about a little black girl who loves to read.
Yes, honey, yes. Real Black girls that love to read, because we love to read, don't y'all?
And Josh, real quick, talk about Jay-Z Sweets in your special announcement. This is exclusive for the Hood Talk.
Only for the Hood Talk. Yes.
I'm the owner of Jay-Z Sweets, and basically what we do in Jay-Z Sweets is basically bakery. We bake cake pops, we sell candy, and sometimes we do even some special stuff. But since the pandemic, we have to put all the baking and stuff on hold. So right now I sell merch. But right now I got done manuscripting my book of Jay-Z and the Sweets. So,
Yay! Congratulations. Look at that.
And he was inspired by who? DJ. Yup.
Let's go.
We've been walking with DJ and them through the process of publishing his comic book, and Josh been like, he been watching it and he kind of been like proofreading DJ's manuscript to kind of, she showing excerpts of Riri the Reader.
Oh, girl.
Yes. Show us that book, honey. Yes, I love it. Y'all see that representation
on the pages.
So yeah, we have been walking him through the process, DJ through the publishing process, and Josh, he really loved DJ's manuscript, and he was like, man, I want to write a book. I'm like, don't come to me till you come with a manuscript. Don't tell me what you want to do, just show me. And he just really loved DJ's manuscript, and I had him purposely read DJ's manuscript because they're the same age, and I wanted to see how the audience that DJ wants to target, I wanted to see how they would respond to the raw manuscript.
And let me highlight something about this though. I want the Hood Talks podcast to zoom in on this. Community. You see how they're saying, I know each other, we're doing this, we're doing that, we're working as a team, we're being inspired by each other, we're not hating and saying, oh no, he need his book out that first. This is what we have to continue to do, people. And it's how it's watering down to the children. The children are being exposed to this positivity, and they're like collaborating and thinking together and working together. That is what I'm talking about. And kudos to y'all for that.
Right.
I have to highlight that here on the Hood Talk. If
anybody knows Peaches, if anybody knows me, you know I'm a support. My daughter got Jessica's book in her library, which we're gonna be highlighting on Riri the Reader pretty soon. And then I got Kia's collected book of
and we want to bring Kia in on this conversation too. Let us hear about her journey.
We support. You heard me. We support. And I ain't balling, but I'm gonna put some money to the side as much as I can and try to support my people. Because if we don't support us, how we gonna expect us to grow? You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I agree with that. But
inspired by DJ, he read over the manuscript. I said, okay, you keep saying you want to write a book, but you ain't gave me no ideals. You give me nothing. I said, don't come to me till you come with a manuscript. And I'll be done last week.
He came with one.
Oh, manuscript in a day. I said, okay, now I got to help him.
All right, he came with something though. But okay, I'm glad. So now we got some more stuff to work on. Go ahead. Kudos to you,
Josh.
Yes. So
that's a Hood Talk exclusive. We just announced it here on the Hood Talk.
On the Hood Talks. And we appreciate that. We ain't never had an exclusive before. Look at that. Hey, you a first on my list too. Hey, exclusive. Jay-Z Sweet. I'm with it. But go ahead, Kia. Please tell us about your poetry and your poems. And I know you said how it was therapeutical for you to write those. And please enlighten us on that, on your journey.
Man, I was in a toxic relationship for 9 straight years. When Sharon met me, she know I have a way with words. I can scare you. I can make you feel loved. I can make you think. I got with somebody, thought I loved him, stupidity. And he didn't stunt my until I got out here, out in Phoenix, but he stunted my words. My vocabulary, my diction, everything like that, it cut off. So for 9 years, I couldn't push out a poem. I couldn't push out a story. I couldn't push out nothing, and I didn't understand why. Left him, got with somebody, wasn't good for me, but brought my passion back. I wrote him a poem one day, just in my feelings, on some extracurricular mess. I was like, yeah, I'm feeling all sappy today. Let me go ahead and write something, a little something silly. Where did I put that stone? Oh, here you go. Sorry, y'all. I'm wrapping stones right now because I got orders. So I got to multitask.
You multitasking. Go ahead. This is the Hood Talk. We do that over here.
Girl, because this lady coming to get this in about an hour. So, I got business that got to handle. But yeah, that's why I was like, good thing this is early because, yeah, I hadn't did it yet. So I wrote him this poem and he was like, well, where's the rest of it? And I was like, what you mean, where's the rest of it? He was like, I know if you wrote this, you got others. I was like, nah, this is the first one I wrote in a few years. He was like, what's a few years? I was like, 9. He was like, so you ain't got nothing to say? I said, I got a lot to say. Y'all normally hear what I got to say. I talk. And when I talk, I say a lot. I don't hold nothing back at all. He said, well, write it down. Then I started going through some things. I had a quick suicide scare because I was going through it. I got diagnosed with lupus. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I walked into Tempe Town Lake. And when I did it, this guy grabbed me by the back of my shirt and was like, what you doing? I'm like, what it look like? It's the middle of the night and I'm walking into a lake fully clothed. What does it look like? So at that time, it was like, okay, kind of time to fix some stuff because I was stressed out. Like, but you get diagnosed with a terminal illness. Actually, at the time, I got diagnosed with two. The first one, it was like, okay, I could deal with this. Then the lupus came on top of that, and it was like, you know what, nah. But after that, the next day, I went and got this tattoo. I know y'all can't really see it. It says "Save me," but when you flip it, it says "I'm fine." It's an ambigram. So I talked to dude, told him what I did. He was like, well, you need to go see somebody. I said, I'm not talking to these people out here. Because the last time I talked to these people out here, the lady looked at me and she tried to discount my feelings. Well, anybody that knows me, you try to discount my feelings. My words are very, very cutthroat. If you discount, I'm just gonna tear you down. And I'll tear you down piece by piece. Negative mindset, I know. It is what it is. But that's where I was at that time. So he told me to write about it. That's why in the first book, that very first like 7 or 8 poems is so dark because I had to let it all out. And you can see like the further into it, how my feelings change, how I got a little stronger, how my mind just, so from like August to December, I wrote everything out. Then he was like, so what you gonna do with it? It's like, well, I guess I'll put it in a book. And that's how that one came. He was like, so what you gonna call it? And I would always walk around singing A Complicated Melody by India.Arie. He was like, so that's what you're gonna call it? I was like, yeah, but it's poems in the key of F dot 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 U. He said, why? I said, because my homeboy said that if you put a cuss word in the title, Amazon won't publish it. So that's how we remedied that.
That's how
it was. He was like, that makes sense.
Mm.
And I did it. So the first one is how people made me feel and my reaction to it.
Mm.
The second one is how I feel about me and me walking in my truth. This one that's coming out in the next 3 weeks is my evolution, my me learn the fact that I learned to love me.
Okay.
But I really not, be honest, I'm really not into spoken word. I just got on Clubhouse and they called. That's what happened.
And that's what happened.
And I've been doing it every day since.
Okay. And that's on Clubhouse, you said?
Yeah.
You do them like, you have like, do you have a set schedule when you do them on Clubhouse, or you just randomly go in the rooms?
I get a text message from somebody that says, hey, we in a room, slide in.
Okay.
And I'd be like, okay, I'm on medical leave until March 8th, so I ain't got nothing else to do. I met y'all on Clubhouse.
Yes.
I've known Sharon since before she had DJ.
Oh wow. But yeah,
I remember how.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I remember how little DJ used to. DJ was little.
And now look at him out here doing his first interview. I'm gonna be like when DJ get older, like I interviewed him. Exactly. I did that. On the Hood Talk. You heard me? We did that. Yes.
I'm waiting on the first movie because I know that first movie gonna be cold.
Let's get it. Let's get it.
Speak it.
Okay, y'all. So let's get into some stuff. Okay, let's get into this real conversation about publishing and being published authors, especially as, of course, Black people. How has that been? Has it been hard, easy, like obstacles you've had to, go through? If there's any resources you feel like should have been out there, like let's dive into all of that. And again, jump in, whoever feels like they want to get in here and talk about it. Let's talk about it. And this is the hood talk. So again, real and raw. Let's keep it real and raw.
I'm sorry.
I would say the hardest.
I got kids in the back, so I'm sorry if I keep muting, but I got 2 little ones in the back.
Girl, come on, y'all know me. I am the queen of mommy mode, 100%. I need the hood talk / mommy mode.
I just
You
want to
see me doing the
there.
same thing because people walking, my baby crying. Yeah, it's real. That's how
right. So I'm like trying to keep it quiet over here. But I got a 3-year-old and a 10-month-old. So
no need to apologize. But go ahead, Miss Jessica. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. I would say the hardest thing for me was just figuring out what to do. And that might sound so cliche, but you know, if you just don't know, you just don't know. So I think that's one thing I enjoy about the journey now, that I was able to go through it and go back and tell somebody else now what they can expect and what to do to make it a little bit easier. Because, you know, just being able to lift that feeling of the unknown makes the process a little bit easier.
Yes, that is true. I agree. Walking into something that you don't know is definitely not an easy thing. It's not. Anybody else feels like there's something? Go ahead.
I know, like for me, like I had said, I had been writing stuff, but it's a difference between being a writer and a published author. So I did not know anything about the publishing game in 2019, 18, 19, when we published #MomBoss. So that's why I'm so glad that I was able to do an anthology first with other authors and with a previously published author to kind of learn the game. So that was dope about that, just doing the anthology and learning the publishing game first. And then when I branched off on my own, I published Reread a Reader. Well, my up and coming imprint published Reread a Reader, and we're helping DJ's project as well. I would say children's books. Man, why y'all ain't tell me the game was as hard with children's books? My God, I didn't think children's books would be as hard as adult books, because the wording, you don't have as many words as adult books, but with children's picture books. But I think the biggest challenge with children's pictures book is just like the illustrations, and make sure that the illustrations match the voice of the book, you know.
So that's one of the biggest challenges. The differences in children's books versus adult books. Am I getting that right?
Children's pictures books, not all, because you know you have some young adult or middle grade books that don't have that many illustrations. Okay. So that's different. But like children's pictures books, like Reread a Reader, Tribe X, comic books like DJ's book. Oh, Jesus. Like, you know, I learned it with Reread a Reader, so I'm a little bit better now, but that's a challenge. And I think one of the like just greatest challenges of all is that, number one, in Black in publishing, we out here boots on the ground, especially when you independent, because we don't have like, unfortunately, like Black folks, we don't have capital. We don't have like the generational wealth, like rich parents and stuff like that, who could fund our projects. You know what I'm saying? Because them illustrations are really, really, really expensive. And so we don't have something in the savings or have folks, investors and all of that stuff, or a big traditional publishing house that will sponsor or that will pay for, you know, cover those illustrations. And then on top of that, a lot of your traditional publishing houses, they typically reject our manuscripts and stuff like that. They don't push out books as much as they push out white people's books. You know what I'm saying? And so we're up here fighting to not only have our voice be heard, but like to try to put the money behind the projects to make sure it get published so that our children can see more of themselves in books that they read. And I think that's one of the biggest challenges, is that, like I said, we just don't have that capital. So we out here like just straight hustling, trying to pay just to get the book published in the first place so that we can have more representation. So That's one of the struggles I've noticed. And after all of that, like real talk, y'all might see a lot of like Black authors these days, like on Instagram. You might see some rooms in Clubhouse and things like that. So we're more visible now than when we were growing up, 80s babies, 90s kids. You know what I'm saying? We do see more Black children's book authors or just Black authors in general. We may see that more now because of social media, but unfortunately the statistics have shown that we're still underrepresented when it comes to publishing books and things like that. Like there's still like less than 10% of all children's book that features Black protagonists. And we got to change that, because not only our children need to see themselves books they read, but I'm gonna keep it real.
Yes,
these white kids, these Asian kids, every other race, they need to see Black protagonists. They need to see we out here, we exist. We're superheroes. We're poets. We have powers. We can change the world. We're doctors. We're lawyers. We're just trying to make, like, they need to see, you know what I'm saying, that we're out here too. Because when you erase the Black protagonist, when you erase that, when people see us in real life, they don't think we're capable of doing great things. And so we gotta change that.
And I also noticed too, like researching this, and Tanika, you brought this to my attention. I didn't really realize how many books that have Black faces on it that are written by white people. I had no idea until you had me. I forgot when we had this conversation. Had me go through my library and research like some of the names, because when I'm in the store and I see like a little, board book or whatever, with little Black kids on, I'm gonna get it because I want my kids' library to represent, them. And I'm like, oh my God, it's like a lot of white people writing these books with the Black faces. I'm like, where are we?
Featuring history and everything else if you ain't careful.
I was just like,
but ain't that how it usually is though? They're telling our history and we're not. Ain't that how it goes?
Telling our story. I was like, oh my God.
TV, like all these Black people that's on TV and these shows, who are behind them though? We talking about the owner of these shows. Who are behind them? It ain't us. So
I was so shocked when she brought that to my attention. And I'm like, that's why I was so excited to help him get off the ground and, finding illustrators and editors that are all Black, trying to keep the money within us. Was like such a big deal. I don't know. Did you want to say
yes?
So this is what I want to challenge your listeners to do on the Hood Talks. This is what I challenge Sharon to do. I don't know how we got on.
I don't remember either. That's why I don't know how we got on the conversation.
I don't know how we got on the subject. I think I might have sent her some statistics or something about how a lot of Black children's books or books with featuring Black protagonists or it's not that many, point blank period. Right. And I think I had told you not only it's not that many, but a lot of them, especially from your traditional publishing companies, a lot of them are by white authors. So my challenge to the listeners, to the audience of the Hood Talks, I'm gonna challenge you like I challenge myself first, and then like I challenge Sharon. Go to your kids' library or look at your stack of kids' books, whether it comes from the public library or your own library at home or the books you get from school, and just search. Look at the authors. Look at the authors, and you'll be surprised at how a lot of the books that have Black protagonists that are traditionally published, a lot of them are white.
Yeah, that's what
we're real big on Black here, and so they both have a lot of Black history books, especially children Black history books. I was going through them things and I said, hold up.
Yeah.
That's who wrote this, you know what I'm saying? And that's another challenge. So now not only we got a challenge of trying to get more Black children's book with Black protagonists by Black authors. Now we got to make more children's book about Black history that are not only accurate, but by Black authors as well. Yeah. So the struggle continues.
Okay.
It definitely does, man. It definitely does. But like you said, not only that part of us being able to do that, but behind us, the money. Because we know it takes money, right, y'all? Y'all going through this journey, y'all been in this journey. It takes money to do these things. So how do we get the money? I'm sorry.
I said them illustrations hurt the pockets. You want good you want it to be good.
Quality,
And so,
right?
like with him being a comic book, it had more pictures than words, because it's telling the story. And I was like, whew. But when you're going through, and thankfully we were blessed to find someone that was still in school that just wanted to get his work out there. So it worked out really well. But I said that was number God. But yeah, that
But
illustration.
so think about too, like it might be people as who's hopefully they get to watch this, but there might be people out there that wants to do this, but they don't even know where to start, how to start, and they don't have the access to people like you guys do. So that's what the question comes in, like what resources other than, I know we talked about having the money and things like that, but what resources do we think should be out in our communities to help promote more of us to be writers and book authors and things like that?
A lot of creative writing
I
classes.
think we have the resources. It's a matter of awareness. Knowing where to find those resources, knowing that you can do it, knowing there are Black writers and Black illustrators and editors, and so on and so forth that actually need and want to put those stories out there. So, everybody got this, everybody got a phone. There go Google, there go your resource. Now, what keywords do you need to get to where you got to go?
Facts.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's utilizing, and like you said, the awareness to just know that it is people out here, and this is okay. If you want to be in this lane, it's okay to be in this lane and do those things. So, man, anybody else want to elaborate on what you think we need, or any challenges that you have being a published author or publishing at all?
Actually, yeah. I actually being in these poetry rooms, I've met a lot of people, like a lot of people. So there's this guy, Peaches and Sharon. I want y'all to go follow him on Instagram. Also follow him on Clubhouse. His name is Michael Gunn. On Instagram, he is Jordan Michael. Let me see, is it Jordan Michael 99? He normally posts so much that there's no question. But he's actually the guy that chooses the books for the children's author, the independent authors, the poetry authors for the NAACP award. You all need to go and follow him. And because I'm actually doing an event with him tomorrow for Black History. He chose one of my books and put it in for nominations for the NAACP award.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yes.
But I know that Reread a Reader would definitely be something that he would want to look at. Because he reads.
What was his name? Because I'm searching while you talking.
Michael Gunn. Let me see if I can. I'm looking for his name because Michael, I talk to him at least 3-4 times a day.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. On Instagram, it's Jordan Michael G99.
Okay.
And on Clubhouse, it's Michael Gunn, and it's Guinn.
Okay, found him. I found him on Instagram. Thank you.
No problem. Definitely, ask him for the information. Just tell him, you would like the information of how to submit a book for the award, and tell him I sent you, and he'll definitely give you the information. But he hosts a lot of poetry events. But for the job that he does a lot of creative writing workshops, spoken word workshops. It's something that you all would definitely want to look into. Also, there's a lot of grants out there right now. I've applied to 15 different grants for Black poets. There's a lot for children's books. There's a lot for African American literature.
Dropping gems, y'all. Y'all listening?
So it's a lot out here. One of my friends does once a month. He does a room on Clubhouse, just telling you, hey, you all need to look at this. I'm gonna send you the list through the email, and we go from there. We were in this room for about 4 hours, and he sent the list out to everyone that came into the room. So you definitely want to check out, like on Clubhouse. A lot of the times I just do I do a search that just says poetry. I've met so many different people all over the US. I'm getting paid to do poetry now.
So that goes back to what Jessica said, utilizing your resources. And we don't that's one big thing for me in the and to help our community is that we do have access to things that certain we didn't have back in the day. And it's internet and it's about using it for our benefit and making sure that we're taking in the information and researching it yourself because not everything is good information, but utilizing those information that does come out. Clubhouse is a platform I think that can be utilized to help get knowledge about certain things that you may be interested in. But using social media and also like the internet, the web period to your benefit and researching what you're interested in. Because it is, I mean, St. Louis is one area. It's a United States of America. There's so many people out here doing so many dope things. But you know, I definitely want to keep it on community and highlight what we're doing. But it is so many connections out here worldwide, y'all. So tap into that. And again, thank you for sharing that information, Kia. Because everybody can use information and again, helping and supporting each other is how we're going to keep moving forward and changing these narratives.
Networking.
Yeah, networking and supporting each other when we do that. Because that's our biggest thing sometimes too. You know, we don't like to support each other. And you know, we have a stereotype of how we think we should all be in one way, and it's just not realistic. So I do want to dive into y'all to just kind of talk when we talk about community in a smaller sense. Let's say specifically the Black community. How can the community support publishing authors, people who are writing books or in that area, editing or however? How can we support you all?
Like share. Post art. Post your favorite quote from the book. Take pictures of the cover when you get the book and say, hey, you know, I bought this. And then even if you get a chance, post a link. Hey, y'all might like this poem. Check it out in this book. Or hey, you got a little kid, you should check out this book because this book is like, it can help her read. It can help him read. Oh, you like Black superheroes? Check this out. Stuff like that. The like and the share is one of the biggest things that someone can do for somebody with a book. Also, if you publish through Amazon, the more reviews you get, the more that they push your book out to other people. So when those reviews come through, they're like, okay, well, they got review after review after review after review. Let me send an email to the people that are always on Kindle. Here's a book you may like. And you'd be surprised at how many times you get that. Like, ever since I've been on Clubhouse, I've been getting like books bought and reviews. So now I received an email a couple of days ago with my first book saying, this is a book that you may like. Yeah, I know, I wrote it. But you know, it be there. You know, it's like, hey, okay. That's how I know that my book is actually doing better than it was. Because it's reaching people that are outside of my circle. But sharing and reviewing is one of the biggest things. So if something simple.
Yes, that can't go along.
And you can buy the book too. Let's not forget that. Buy the book.
Purchase the book. Okay.
Buy from us. You probably get more of the money versus you buying from Amazon. If you know an author who actually wholesales books, you want to buy directly from them. Okay.
Got you. And so there's a difference. Explain that for me, Jessica. What people, period. The wholesale versus you said Amazon.
Well, if I wholesale my books, I can sell them to you and get a bigger profit off of it versus Amazon giving me so much of the profit that we agreed to, you know, whatever that contractual price is.
Got you. Okay. That makes sense. Okay.
And also to follow them, if you have like an Instagram or a Facebook, to go and follow them so you can see updates and, you know, it makes it easier to support others.
Yes, that is true. So what he's saying is go follow Team Tech Boy
So that's like that,
on Instagram and Facebook. Okay.
You're in his head. I'm like, that's what he was just like, yeah.
Yes, right. Okay. That is so true.
Support them by donating.
Donations. Y'all heard these young people. They're telling y'all what y'all need to do, right? Donate. Because that always, especially if you're talking about, again, trying to get those illustrations. So it's supporting them in that process, so they can pay for those things.
Say that again.
And when I heard donate, I heard twofold. Sometimes I donate a book after I read it just so somebody else can read that story.
Mm. That's
that reminds me of Books and Breakfast.
Hold up, like Books and Breakfast. And then hold up, not only buy books for your own library to have at home, but buy some books to donate. You know what I'm saying? So because that will benefit the author. It's not all about profit, you know what I'm saying? But profit is a big thing because some of us, that's our livelihood. But that will help us not only with the profit, but that'll help us so where we can make more projects, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Or, make more, not just book projects, but some people like with Riri the Reader, she's been getting so many like questions and requests about merch. Like, y'all got a shirt for this, or what about bows, or what y'all got this, y'all got that. That costs money. You know what I'm saying? So, you could start by donating and buy, like Jessica said, buy the book, because not only will that help us with profits, but that'll help us fund these projects that the people, that y'all been asking for. And that's the money side. But there's a lot of, and I see this circle around social media a lot, but it is so true. There is so many ways to support Black authors, y'all, that are for zero, free 99. Share. It don't cost you to share. Like what Kia said, share, share. Like, share.
Yes, I agree. I do agree. And I always say, like, I be sitting back on my own personal thing.
Bro, that ain't no Rona. I'm sorry.
Kids, girl.
That is funny. She like, mama, not the Rona.
No, girl, stop. But no, the sharing, like sharing posts and doing it continuously and engaging on our posts on social media, that makes us more visible to more people we wouldn't be able to reach single-handedly. And this digital method of sharing is basically like old school word of mouth. You know what I'm saying? And we could take it there. When you talking to your friends on the phone, or when you texting people, hey, so-and-so daughter or Jessica or kid, they got this book, man. You should check it out for your book club or for your school. Like, kind of plug us in. If you know some people in education, some administrators or some book clubs, or even if you know an influencer, somebody who might benefit, somebody who has an organization that helps children in any way, or whatever the target audience is of the book, plug us in, man. You know what I'm saying? It don't cost. Don't cost. So it's all about sharing the information. That's the number one key, sharing and buying the book too.
Yes, I definitely think.
I'm sorry, just to piggyback off of that and to go what Kia was saying, how Clubhouse has really helped us, because I go into like these Clubhouse rooms and I'm like constantly promoting DJ, and he's really into tech. So I'm trying to get him connected with a lot of other Black men and women out there that are in tech to kind of get him out there and to mentorship and everything. And since getting on Clubhouse, it's like 3 different people that have reached out to me already to set him up with interviews, and to also kind of get him in to do like workshops and stuff like that, which will be coming soon. But
yeah, also to piggyback onto that.
Go ahead, DJ.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Yeah, because it's really good. If you have like one specific, and like how you were saying with Sharon, you can eventually reach other people in completely different groups. Like you can be about reading and writing, then you can reach music, then that one will reach this one, to reach this one, to a lot of people know about it, even if they're not what your specific audience is.
That makes sense. And then maybe y'all could collaborate, work together, and then your comic book gonna become a TV series.
Y'all keep speaking that. I like that. Thank you.
we speak things into existence on the
Very
Hood
good
Talks
eye.
podcast. I believe in that, baby. Let me tell you.
Hey,
Yes.
Teron, did you reach out to David Kirkman?
To who?
We're
David
gonna do
Kirkman.
that off here, y'all. Not real quick, because we're gonna kind of let's keep it moving. I'm sorry, y'all. We on a time limit a little bit, but let's
Said
get
restraint.
into yes, we is on a time limit. So let's get into real quick. I know y'all talked about like the donating and all of that. Do y'all have any plans at all to help the community with you with your project or with your books and things like that? If that makes sense. Like I know I was gonna say I think you donated your books. Is that right or not? Tanika, you donated some of the books to somebody or something like that. Yeah, can you kind of elaborate on those things?
Your initiative with she don't want to talk. Okay, so real quick, it's a couple of things it's a couple of things. She playing shy. Don't let this fool y'all. But it's a couple of things we doing with Reread the Reader. Takaya is actually hosting a book drive where we've donated not only copies of Reread the Reader, but other books with Black protagonists to an organization in St. Louis called the Life Foundation. And what they do is they have a reading superheroes club, and they distribute books to children in mainly underserved areas. And the goal of the book drive is to increase home libraries, children's home libraries, so that they'll have more books at home that they can read, because we know, everybody can't make it to the library itself now due to the pandemic and things like that. So we want to increase having your own personal library at home. And Josh, tell what your community initiative is. What you doing for the community?
Oh yeah, I'm donating money to foster children.
Yes. Look at that. Go ahead, y'all. Y'all doing some things. And we applaud all of that. Anybody else got some?
Yes, sir. I plan to host workshops. I also plan to go into some middle schools and high schools and talk about my book. And also have some more plans, but that's gonna be a little bit for the future though.
Okay. Plan on. I love it. That little young mind over there. I love it. Go ahead. Anybody else want to elaborate on something?
Well, last month I actually hosted a So You Think You're Ready to Become an Author workshop on Clubhouse. And that was a 6-part series where I spoke to different authors about development techniques they could use as far as brainstorming, setting their environment so that they could write in the right mind state, and things of that nature. So that was really helpful and fulfilling to a few individuals, I believe. And my goal this year is to yes, because Peaches sat in on a couple of them. I forgot about that. She definitely was there asking those good old questions.
I had pages of notes from her workshop, y'all. She was dropping gems. So yeah.
Okay. See, so I love just being, again, Clubhouse. Yeah, we done said this about 4 times. If you ain't on Clubhouse, you can't get on there. Then you want to get on there because it's a great networking opportunity, even for people who feel like they may have it, together on one end. It's plenty of other things you can learn, if not even just practicing and fine-tuning your skills with other sharp minds. So yeah, I love Clubhouse too. But that workshop, that series in general, was just one of a few things I hope to do throughout the year, because I really want to see more of us publish. And I have a goal of helping 20 people publish this year. Yes.
All righty, look at you. You like putting in the work. Yes, I love it. Man. You got anything to jump in on with this, Kia?
For me, it's just helping with mental health. Like,
Mm-hmm.
my poetry goes from one end of the spectrum to the next.
Mm-hmm.
I'll uplift you. I'll make you laugh. I'll make you feel some type of way. It's a lot of things, but for me, it's mainly mental health. If you need to talk, I'm here. If you want me to talk about it, I will. If you want to know if I went through it, I may have. But I believe in just, telling people, hey, talk about it, get it off your chest,
Yeah.
and then figure out a way to push forward.
Yes, yes,
And
and writing can very much be therapeutic. So if
yeah,
you like to write it all, use that journal. And mental health is a big thing for us in the Black community. That is another one that I like to highlight. That we definitely need to make aware. It's okay not to be okay, and whatever works for you to help with their mental. Maybe a therapist, maybe writing in a journal. It may be music, but whatever. We definitely need to make sure that we're keeping our mental mind together and intact or healthy, just like your body. It's a progress work of progress for me. But yes, definitely. So let's bring in the little ones real quick and ask. Well, we got them here, but I want to bring them in on the conversation and speak directly to them and ask these beautiful, smart children. Oh my God, I'm so proud of y'all. This is like me looking in our future. Whew. And I am very inspired by the children because they will one day take on the lead to keep pushing us forward in this work that we do. So seeing this to me is amazing, and we need to see more of it. So I was definitely wanting to highlight that on the Hood Talks because we got some good stuff going on in the hood. It ain't all that. We got some good stuff, and people need to see this again. So for y'all, why did y'all want to write a book? And Jay-Z Sweets, we gonna tweak that question for you. But why did you guys, Team Tech Boy and Riri the Reader, why did you want to write a book? Whoever want to go first? Team Tech Boy? Well, we let the lady go first. Let's let the lady go first. Go ahead, honey. You go first.
I want to write a book because I wanted kids all over the world to know that there is power in reading.
Yes. And Team Tech Boy?
Well, I wanted to show that I wanted to that representation matters, and I wanted to show that there can be a lot of Black protagonists, and there can be more it needs to be more representation out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I add my love for technology to my character, because I know a lot of people like technology, because there's there's gaming and things like that, and
Video game.
yeah, yeah, and so I I kind of wanted to express a lot of that into a character,
All right.
which kind of, and I hope that it can inspire others.
Yes. And Jay-Z Sweets. Why did you want to bake some goods? Look, that's you. I'm on your team. I like sweets.
Because I like baking and I want to be a chef when I grow up, and so I can and because I wanted to afford stuff when I was younger, and I wanted to also give back to the foster children and to the homeless.
Yes,
You got a whole band over there. Okay. How old was he when he was born? Please tell me the secret.
Right. It's girl, they grow up so fast. Like I'm listening to him talk, and I'm like, boy, stop making your voice deep. Talk right. When this happened,
He's
I ain't ready for growth.
Get ready.
That's his interview voice.
Yes. Yes. Coming through on the Hood Talk. Yes. He's like, look, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna let y'all hear this. I ain't mad at it. You heard me? I ain't mad. So, how do you feel knowing you have a published book or you will publish a book? How do you guys feel?
I will start this off.
Okay. Go ahead, DJ. Y'all, because he's shy and he's out. You gotta excuse. Nuh-uh. Come on, DJ. You right. You ain't shy. Let's go. You right. Get comfortable. How did you feel? Go ahead.
I can say that I am very excited.
Yes.
I'm very excited knowing that I have this opportunity. I am a little nervous, and I was in disbelief a little bit because not that many people have this opportunity. So knowing that I have one, I need to make the most of it.
Oh, okay. Yes, yes.
Right. Okay.
So appreciative to your mama for helping you make it happen. That is one great thing is
Yeah.
And
supporting
Miss Peach, Miss Tanika, and Miss
that.
Tanika.
Yes,
Thank
yes.
you.
Community. See that? Look, it shines through. What about you, Miss Riri the Reader? How did you feel knowing your book was published?
I felt excited because
Speak up.
I felt excited because I knew that not many little boys and girls wrote that many books for children like them.
That is what's up. Yes. And Mr. Jay-Z Sweets, how you feel being a business owner?
I feel. See, I'm trying to use another word other than excited because DJ already used that one. I feel good. That's I
Yes.
feel good. I make that.
You
And
say
Good.
you said you feel good.
yeah, I probably feel good, very proud of myself that I own my own business and I was able to, do it.
You know what's so dope about this right here is that you have children who wrote children's books, but they all are in different stages. So you got Joshua who just finished his manuscript. You got DJ who's finished editing and manuscript. He's in the illustration phase and getting close to launching. And then you have Takaya who is published. And what's so dope, all three of them have worked for Jay-Z Sweets at some point in their life.
I was about to say that. I was about to say Josh has been a supervisor since forever because this is the first employee was right here.
Yes. I was.
So they basically laying the work for us. Like, I think it's the adults that need to get on board because they collaborate and they're working together. That is what's up. I love it. This gives me so much hope. Yes, and that's why we need to keep highlighting this beautifulness. Like, yes, y'all, keep working together as a team and supporting each other. That's what's up. That is what's up.
DJ ain't fired. He's still an employee of Jay-Z Sweets. You know what I'm saying?
Like,
we don't say he a contractor and this the assistant.
There we go.
Everybody got their roles.
But you know what's dope? They laying the foundation to ownership for when they get older. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, we here to coach them as moms and making sure they don't get too crazy or get too how can I say, not too crazy, but just make sure they don't go down the wrong path. But at the end of the day, they're gonna look back on this and they'll be able to draw some skills from childhood to be able to own and do bigger things as they get older, or maybe do bigger things this year. We never know. So.
You never know. Yes, that is so true. That is true. So, what is one good thing you want people to know about your book or your business?
Reader, go. Ladies, one good thing you want people to know about Riri the Reader?
That
It's a number one bestseller too. What else?
reading is your superpower.
Reading is your superpower. Yes.
And then what you see on that cover, I'm sorry, I hate to interject, but this is what I love about the book. You see that on that cover?
She representing for the 314 St. Louis Arch. Y'all see that?
You got this beautiful chocolate little girl flying over the arch. And it's showing you the world is mine, the city is mine. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I love about. I think I'm more amped about Riri the Reader than she is, and Riri the Reader is about her. You know what I'm saying? But I just love the representation of it. See, this is Takaya. It's Riri in the library reading. That's how she get her powers. This is Takaya every day. This is her.
Ain't nothing wrong with that, girl.
Nothing wrong with
that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. That's what's up.
But I think I'm more amped than her just to see see my city on somebody's cover, you know what I'm saying? And see this little beautiful chocolate girl flying like the world is mine. Like, I'm more amped than her. I'm sorry, y'all.
No, that's your baby.
Kids cheerleaders. That's what we
Yes, I love the book, and I was so happy when the man got to wear her little shirt to school. Actually, somebody, I think they tried to steal it, but that's another situation. But we got it back. But I was like so happy to see her in that shirt, and again with the representation. I think about it a lot, like, you know, buying things that have what we look like, so she can see herself. And man, it's definitely real.
This is the bad guy. He hates me.
Oh, he's the bad guy. Oh, look, see, hers even got it. She's telling you a little bit of the plot. It's a bad guy in that book. Y'all better go out there and get that book. Team Tech Boy, how did you what do you want people to know? One good thing about your book.
Okay. My goal is to inspire kids to inspire kids and to put out content that will inspire them to follow their dreams. I want to be an inspiration to them, so they can try to follow their dreams no matter what they want to do. If they want to put out a business, they can. It's possible. All the possibilities are endless.
Yes, possibilities are endless. Come through, dropping them gems. Yes. And what about you, Jay-Z Sweets? What is one good thing you want people to know about your business?
That we always will be there for foster kids and when you're hungry. And
What's one thing you love about Jay-Z Sweets?
baking and seeing the and delivering money to you know people in need. And what else?
Also,
And she's seeing the people on Smile's face when they eat the K-pop.
Yes.
Yes. Literally, like, yeah. That was good. I miss those. I miss it.
Right. I'm gonna have to. Can y'all like ship me an order?
Yeah. It like melts in your mouth. It's so good. So good.
Oh yeah.
You teasing us now. You teasing us. Ooh, COVID go away. Okay, y'all. So this is for y'all, and we're gonna go ahead and end it off with from these questions. But what can community do to support you all? Well, we kind of got over that. You like sharing your information or sharing. So how can they like find your work or find you, or you know, how can they get in touch with you at all?
Yeah, did I go first?
Okay.
Yes, go ahead.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
He said he wanted to go first on that one.
Go ahead, Team Tech Boy.
Well, to follow me on Instagram and on Facebook, just to see the updates on comic books, on pretty much anything that I do.
What's your handle? At
Team Tech Boy.
And that's Instagram and Facebook. Okay. What about you, Miss Jessica Carter? How can people get in touch?
You can find me at jessicakcarter.com, or you can find me on Facebook, Twitter, IG, and Clubhouse at Jess Jaic. That's JESSJAIC. And yeah, I'm somewhere everywhere.
Yes, yes, she is. But you are doing awesome things other than just the publishing and the published books. You have quite a few videos that you do. You're a gardener. Now talk about that just a little bit. Go ahead, plug yourself, Miss Jessica.
Which part, girl?
Mom for church. Like this, I look up to her, y'all.
You can definitely find everything on my website, but beyond, my passion for publishing children's books and helping other authors actually publish, I'm very passionate about urban agriculture. I grow food, I raise chickens. We have more animals, on that list, and it won't stop. It absolutely can't stop because we need more of us in agriculture too.
Yes.
And I am also my child care expansion going on with Legends Academy, getting more kids, in our community, a proper education that centers around them and keeps them included. So yeah, I stay fairly busy for sure.
Definitely that. Okay, Miss Peaches and Riri the Reader and Jay-Z Sweets, how can people get in contact with you all?
Jay-Z Sweets on Instagram.
And where? Facebook.
Yeah, yeah, and Facebook.
And you can basically find the handles for you can purchase hashtag Mom Boss and Reread the Reader through my upcoming publishing website, which is faithrightnow.com. That's faith WRITE now.com. You'll find hashtag Mom Boss. You'll find Reread the Reader. You'll even find some information about Jay-Z Sweets. Reread the Reader can be found on Instagram at Reread the Reader, RereatheReader. And you can also find Reread the Reader. We just joined Facebook as well, Team Reread the Reader. We all are Team Reread the Reader. And for Black History Month, Reread the Reader and Jay-Z Sweets will be having some sales, so stay tuned. They're going to have another sale for their merchandise for both brands. And every day we're posting information about Black History Month. We're posting some gems about Black history figures that, you know, are not commonly known. So stay tuned to both of their pages every day to learn something new in Black history.
Yes. Okay. And Miss Kia, how can people get in touch with you and support you if they need to?
Facebook, it's Poet Kia Moore. Instagram is A Complicated Melody, and Clubhouse is ACM Poetry. For me, it's not just poetry, it's also jewelry and candles. If you look at the earrings that Sharon has on, those are all me.
Okay.
While I was sitting here talking to y'all, this is what I was rapping.
Okay, look at that. Well, come
So
through.
that's what I'm doing right now, you know. And I'm working on the third book. So you like it, hit me up, let me know. I'm here. And Jessica, I'll be reaching out to you because I'm looking for a different way to publish besides Amazon.
Okay.
Yes. Okay. So, is there anything else for this last moment that you guys want to share to make sure that we put out there for the hood and our community to know about publishing at all?
Don't hesitate, just do it.
I have to make an announcement for DJ. Well, for DJ about to make an announcement to DJ. This has nothing to do with business. I just gotta say it. I will beat you in Smash Bros when we get the chance.
Okay, back to I can't stand them. Back to your question or our message.
Video games, technology, it ties up. Go ahead, Josh. There we go.
The hood talk. It's the hood talk. So you know.
The hood talk.
But this got something to do with your question. About what message to get a community. You can kind of get off these electronics. And y'all don't think that, you know, oh, I'm not a writer or my English ain't good or this. No, just get you a pen and paper or get your phone. But I'm a pen and paper girl. Get your pen and paper and just write whatever is on your heart, whatever is on your mind. And you never know what that could turn into. Don't be scared to write. Don't think just because you don't have good English or your grammar ain't good. My grammar ain't never been good. You know what I'm saying? But keep writing. And if you're interested in publishing, write. And there are people in place, people who look like us, who will help you through the process and help polish your work and have your voice be heard.
Absolutely. Because your voice matters. Yes, it does. Yes.
Yeah, it's kind of like a freestyle writing. Like you don't even have to write anything specific, just write. And then eventually you'll get an idea like, hey, I just realized I can turn this into this, and it happens in like a snap.
Yes. Look at our baby. Look at these babies.
Well, I just want to tell the babies, y'all inspire me because, you know, I thought I had to have everything in a particular way before I decided to write. And look at y'all out here killing it, authors, and teaching each other, working with each other in a circle. And yeah, y'all got a lot of grown people that's looking up to y'all now. Kudos to y'all.
Yes.
And y'all mamas, okay? Because they the bomb.
Yes. Supporting these babies, and look what y'all should be so proud, man. Y'all should really be proud. And I know it's hard. It is not easy.
I said there too on DJ's Instagram, because I know he's really passionate about his Instagram. If you follow him all throughout the month of Black History Month, he's posting Black in Tech. So it's all Black people that have been, really into technology and how they've helped technology in the past and present.
Yeah, there's a lot of people, more than you probably think, who actually created a lot of the technology we have now.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna have to look yourself.
Look, like the video games.
Yes, video games. Yes.
And that, again, that goes with our showing our people that we can do more than just things that we unfortunately see on our TVs and screens and things nowadays. But it's a lot more to Black people. And we don't even know half the time. Like you said, it's probably a lot of people that I don't even know that has been beneficial in the technical world as a Black person. And we need to see that more. So thank you guys for highlighting that on y'all pages. So yeah, y'all definitely need to go out there and follow Team Tech Boy and Miss Riri the Reader.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
No problem, y'all.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate you.
No problem. Thank you guys for being here. This is definitely something that I was so happy to do because I love highlighting the good in us and showing that there's other things to Black people and other it's just us, like the whole thing is beautiful. Like Miss Jessica said, y'all supporting each other and y'all got y'all children out here doing some great things and it's building a platform for them when they get older. You're already giving them steps to a world where we sometimes are far behind. So y'all putting them in the race with a great foundation and they already ahead of the game. So keep doing what y'all doing, mamas, because I know it ain't easy. Even if you're not a mama kid, I know you're a mama kid, ain't you? You got kids. Yeah.
I got a 15-year-old.
Yeah, I'm almost like you got a kid. But yeah, y'all, we if you ain't a mama, but find some youth and still go and help support them if you can, because the youth is what again is going to take our culture and our people forward after we sit down. So yeah, is that everything? Did I get everybody plugging themselves? I just want to make sure I don't want to leave nobody out. All right, y'all. Well, this has been very fun. This has been very good to see. I'm glad it's been on the Hood Talks podcast. Tune in, y'all, because we got some shows coming up for the rest of February. We have gotta think about it. February 13th, which I found out is Black Love Day. Yeah, it's a holiday. It's a thing, y'all. So that's what's up. February 13th, we got Black Love, How to Have and Maintain a Healthy Relationship. It's going to be live. We have 2 licensed therapists that's going to be on the show. They're going to be taking your questions. So please be ready to bring that in. We're going to be taking questions through the live, and you will also be able to get access to the Zoom. February 20th, it is Black History Month and St. Louis Black History. This is me, Miss Brittany True Killman from Jamal Birth Village herself will be on the show. We're going to be talking about holistic health and pregnancy, midwives, and all of that good stuff and get some of her backstory. Yeah, that lady over in Jamal is doing so many great things. They just dropped their little 360 initiative with the doula. Shout out to them, Generate Health, Flourish, and the St. Louis Doulas of Colors. So that's going to be happening March. I got Us Against Us that's been confirmed. I got the Hood Wisdom show that's been confirmed. And there is one more, but I can't think of it. But I will be posting it on the site. So y'all stay tuned. We got more conversations and we got more shows. Again, I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and we are out.
Thank you.
Hey y'all, I did want to tell the 2 boys that the author of my book, he's a Black man. So if y'all needed somebody to look up to in the St. Louis area, he goes by the Artistic Touch. That's my brother-in-law actually. It's a great guy to know, and he does comics originally. So yes.
You say the Artistic Touch?
Yes.
All right, y'all. Well, thank you for that. All right, y'all. We out.